Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Suzanne. I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls, and I like to post cleaning content, lifestyle, motherhood, anything related to that. This is a little different, but I have been watching YouTube for a really long time, and I remember when this tag was floating around years ago, before I would ever have dreamed of having a channel, and I thought it would be so much fun to do that tag, which is the I Heart Fall tag. It is officially fall on the calendar. I'm in Florida, so it doesn't look like it's fall outside, but it did kind of feel like fall a little bit this weekend. Our temperatures got down into the 60s, so that was really, really pleasant and actually felt like fall for a day or two. But in Florida, we'll take what we can get. I was not tagged by anybody to do this. I actually found this video from Family of Three Homeschool. On her channel, she did this tag, I think a couple weeks ago now. So I searched for it and I saw her video and I watched it. So I will link her channel with her tag down below so you can watch her video. And then I just went ahead and tagged myself. But I have all the questions as well, so I will list those down below too so that you can follow along. Feel free, if you're watching, to tag yourself or just post your video and link it for me so that I can watch it, because I love this tag and I was obsessed with watching all the answers years ago when it first came out. So I will definitely give it a watch. And if you have any fall favorites, please let me know in the comments down below, because I just think it's so much fun to hear what other people love about the season. Fall is my favorite time of year because after summer in Florida, it's just so hot for so many months that by the time fall comes, I'm excited to decorate. I'm excited for the change of seasons. I love summer, but there's just something about fall when it comes. It just feels fresh and all the cozy when the weather starts to get cold. I love it. So I really, really wanted to do this tag. I'm going to go ahead and list the questions down below, like I said, and then I'm just going to read off the questions and give you my answer. Number 1 is your favorite fall scent. I have 2 actually. I'm a big Bath and Body Works fan. Just the candles, the wallflowers, I have it all. I don't really light a whole lot of their candles during the summer or the springtime, but there are certain smells that I have to have in my home this time of year because it just immediately transports me back to the previous years where I've celebrated Halloween and put up my decorations and all the things that just feel like fall. So when I smell these 2 particular candles, it just immediately makes me think of fall and puts me in the fall mind frame, if that makes any sense. I do have 2. The first one is Leaves. This is just, this candle has been around for years and years. The label changes all the time. If you're familiar with Bath and Body Works candles, they tend to have several different labels for their candles, but usually the scents stay the same. So I like this one for Leaves. I just thought it was really pretty because it's got the trees. We don't see this in Florida, unfortunately, but this is just beautiful to me. So I thought this was a really pretty fall label on there, and then they have the pumpkins on the top. This candle has notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. And I'm not sure, this one's pretty much done, so I just melted down the rest of it in a pot and make wax melts out of it to put in my wax warmer, which is super easy to do. If you'd like to see a video on how to do that, I'll be happy to film one, but it's not hard at all. But it just smells so good. Every time I smell this, I've been lighting it for over 10 years now in different places that I've lived, and it just immediately makes me feel like it's fall and puts me in the whole pumpkin, trick-or-treating, Halloween movies, Thanksgiving mind frame. So I really enjoy burning this. It's pretty much the first thing that I'll do once, I'd say end of August, beginning of September comes. I immediately grab a Leaves candle. I have several in my stash because I just love it so much. So I'll grab one and light it and then I'm ready for fall to start. Another favorite, which I'm still burning right now, is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. This is another scent that they've had for many, many years, and I have been buying it for many, many years. And this one I kind of like to burn closer toward Halloween because that's just always what I've done. So when I start to smell this one, it just makes me feel like Halloween is here, and I start watching all my favorite Halloween movies, baking my favorite Halloween treats, and I'm just got all the Halloween vibes going on. So this one smells so good as well. It says it has warm cinnamon, fresh ground clove, vanilla cream, and brown sugar essential oils. So with essential oils, really doesn't have pumpkin per se. I love pumpkin, but I'm not always into like super sweet pumpkin-y things. I don't know, certain pumpkin things I'm just not a fan of. This doesn't really smell like pumpkin as much as just cinnamon, and there's just something about it. It's just, I don't know, it's mostly the cinnamon smell. Like whenever you walk into the grocery store and they have those cinnamon broomsticks, that whole smell just immediately feels like the holidays to me. So I think that's why I like this one so much too, is just the cinnamon is crisp and it makes it feel like cold weather is coming, even if it's not for a while. But I always will burn this one, and I always burn this one every year as soon as fall kicks off. So these are my two favorite fall scents. I don't know if you're really allowed to have two, but whatever. I think you can have as many as you want. All right, so number 2, what is your best way to spend a rainy day? We actually don't get a lot of rain in the fall here in Florida. We tend to get more rain in the summertime, but rainy days in the fall are very nice because you feel especially cozy. So I just like to cuddle up on the couch. I have a lot of fall blankets around and put on just a really calming movie or watch Gilmore Girls, just something that makes it feel like it's fall and kind of gets you in the spirit for everything that's coming for the season. Whenever it rains outside, definitely the couch is my favorite place to be, cuddled up maybe with a snack or just some hot tea and watching one of my favorite TV shows. Next is your favorite fall drink. So I used to like the pumpkin spice latte years ago from Starbucks, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's changed a lot over the past several years, and it's really not a favorite of mine anymore. My two favorites, because I do like coffee around this time of year. I like pumpkin coffees that aren't artificially flavored. I like ones that just kind of have a hint of pumpkin or that pumpkin spice taste to it. So for a coffee drink, I really am enjoying the pumpkin cold brew from Starbucks. It's not a hot drink, but it is so good. It tastes just the right amount of sweet, and I don't know what it is about it. Just when I drink it, it just, even though it's an iced drink, so it's not like a hot, cozy drink, but it just tastes really, really good for fall, and I enjoy it more than the pumpkin spice latte, and I'm not sure why, but it's the pumpkin cream cold brew, I think is what it's called, from Starbucks. It's really, really good. And then this time of year, I'm always making chai tea lattes or just chai tea. So I'll just boil some water, and I have chai tea bags, and I put in a chai tea bag into the water and drink a chai tea. And that to me also feels really warm and cozy. Just anything with some spice to it. I like chai tea all year round, but for some reason in the fall time, it just tastes especially good. Those are my two favorite, the pumpkin cream cold brew and a just chai tea. Just any brand is fine. They all taste really, really good. Next is football. Do you watch it or not? I am not a big football fan. My favorite sport is actually basketball, which is not popular in the fall. We do have a team here, a football team in Jacksonville. We have the Jaguars, and they are not doing so well all the time, so I don't really follow them, but props to a lot of people in this town because they love the Jaguars. So they'll follow them to the ends of the earth, I think, and I think that's amazing. Maybe they'll have a good year this year. I just really don't care about football so much. If we have a home game, I'll always root for the home team just because that's just what you do, and I do want them to win, but it's not something where I feel the need to put it on. If nothing else, you know, I might have it on as background noise just because it's that time of year, but I really don't need to sit and watch football. I'm gonna say football, not so much. But it is nice to have it on just as background noise for the fall because it does make it feel a little bit more like autumn. I think that's the only time I would actually have it on. Next is, what is your favorite fall clothing item? And I would just have to say cardigans. When you live in Florida for this time of year, you definitely want to dress in layers because in the morning it could be really, really chilly. Like this morning it was in the 60s when I woke up, and now it's actually 86, I think, outside. So pretty toasty. So anytime you have fall in Florida or winter, you just kind of want to dress in layers, which is why having cardigans to me and just maybe a light scarf or something is perfect. You can have them in so many different colors and you can get them in varying thicknesses. This one's just kind of thin, and I'm wearing it mostly just because I want it to look sort of like fall for the video. It is not near cold enough to wear any kind of a cardigan today. I just think that a cardigan is the perfect way to dress for fall, and you can always take the cardigan off if you get a little too warm. It's kind of the best of both for living in Florida. The next question is, what is your favorite fall tradition? Again, in Florida, I think we have kind of different things that we do, maybe that people do for fall in other parts of the country. I know, up north you can go apple picking or you have corn mazes. We do have some of those things here, but it's not super common to do like maybe it is other places. I will say our favorite fall traditions, we have to carve pumpkins every year. That's just, we always do that. So we'll normally get our pumpkins a couple weeks before Halloween and then carve them and have them sitting out ready for Halloween. Just watching movies, and then my teenage daughter and I started a tradition a couple years ago of doing a fall baking each weekend. We just find anything that's pumpkin or fall flavored and kind of do a recipe a weekend. If it's pumpkin cinnamon rolls or some pumpkin muffins maybe, or streusel muffins with cinnamon, we like to find a recipe, and each weekend we will make that and have that as part of our fall baking each year. So that's been a really fun tradition. This year Lucy is 3.5, so she's really getting into Halloween. Eleanor is still too small, she's 10 months. But I kind of am ready to start some more traditions because when the girls keep getting older, it's going to be more and more fun each year to carry on those things. So I'm really excited from this year on to start having some more fall traditions that I can incorporate for the girls. That way each year they'll have those things to remember. Those are the kinds of things that I want to carry on. So for my current traditions, I don't have a ton right now, but I am hoping that maybe by this time next year, we'll have some new things that we can add to our list. The next question is, what is your favorite fall movie or book? I unfortunately don't get a lot of time to read, so I don't really have any favorite books right now. But my favorite movies, I always have to watch Hocus Pocus, which is kind of, I guess, a Halloween movie. But I remember seeing it in the theater when I was younger, and I fell in love with that movie. So I'm an OG Hocus Pocus fan. I have always loved that movie, and I love that now it's getting all this attention and recognition, and you can find merchandise and toys and all kinds of fun things, decor. I think that's awesome because for the longest time you couldn't find anything Hocus Pocus related, so that's amazing. So Hocus Pocus, and then one of my other things that I like to watch, or my other movies that I like to watch each year, is Practical Magic. That is such a great fall movie. It's kind of spooky, so you can watch it for Halloween, and the theme is witches, so it can kind of go for Halloween. But I don't know, it just feels like fall when I watch that movie too, so I always have to get in a showing of Practical Magic as well. If you're looking for a scary movie, I'm not a big scary movie fan, so I really don't watch a lot of horror movies or anything this time of year, but I love Sleepy Hollow, the one with Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. That is a really good movie, and it's Halloween and spooky, and it's just scary enough for me. I don't do gore or blood or most stuff like that I'm not into, but that movie has just the right amount, I think, to make it watchable for me, and it's still really scary, the theme of it, and the Headless Horseman. So that is my favorite scary movie, if you can call it a scary movie. And then Practical Magic and Hocus Pocus are just two that I have to watch every single year. I keep having more than one answer, but this is just my favorite season, and it's really hard to narrow everything down. Next is, what is your favorite fall food? I don't always eat one specific thing each year for fall. Some of the things I've already talked about that Hannah and I cook, those are things that I like to eat. I will say oatmeal. I eat oatmeal every day anyways, but for some reason oatmeal in the fall just tastes really, really good. So I put cinnamon and I put some banana and peanut butter, maybe some apples, and that to me is just the perfect cozy fall breakfast. So oatmeal for sure, and then I like to bake sweet potatoes in the oven and eat sweet potatoes too for dinner or just maybe for lunch by itself. Sweet potatoes are so, so good. So I think I would have to say that those are two of my favorite fall foods this time of year. The next question is, what is your favorite fall recipe? Again, we kind of cook just random things. We find a recipe that we enjoy and decide to try it out. I think the one that we come back to every year is a pumpkin pie. We love making pumpkin pie. Hannah and I do that together, and it's always been really fun. And my husband doesn't really eat a lot of sweets, but pumpkin pie is something that he will eat at least one time during the fall. So I think baking a pumpkin pie, and I don't have a specific recipe that I follow. I found a few on Pinterest that are really, really good. So I usually just use one of those, and I have them saved. But definitely a pumpkin pie, I think, is one of my favorite fall recipes to make every single year. The next thing is, what is your favorite thing about fall? And I kind of already touched on it, but again, I just think that fall, because it ushers in the holiday season, I have always loved the holidays. So anytime that fall comes, it's just kind of getting you into that mindset that the holidays are coming. The change in weather is always exciting because, again, it just gets so hot here. I love our summers, but I'm really excited when summer winds down and the cooler weather starts to come. So for me, my favorite thing about fall is just the change of seasons and the holidays and all the traditions and TV shows and movies and family time. We host Thanksgiving every single year. Even last year, right after I had Eleanor, we had Thanksgiving the very next week. So it's just, I don't know, I just always love anything that has to do with this time of year. It just makes me feel happy inside, and I can't really describe that feeling, but if you've had it before, then you know. So I think that's my favorite thing about the fall. That's gonna do it for this tag. If you would like to participate in the tag too, then I tag you to do it. Please link your video down below so that I can go in and watch it, because I would love to see it. And again, if you have any fall favorites of any of the categories that I mentioned, or just anything fall related in general that you enjoy, please comment down below and let me know what it is, because I just love anything that has to do with this time of year. Thank you so, so much for your support, and thank you for watching my videos, and thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. I do have some more fun videos coming your way. I have more in my fall series. This is my third video in my fall series, but I will have some more coming because we are just now getting into October, which is really spooky season. So I think it'll be fun to have some more kind of spooky themed videos to go along with the fall videos that I have already done. So look for those coming soon, as well as just some more motherhood and cleaning videos that I have planned as well. I hope that you will continue to join me and keep watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.